What's up, Derby World? It's Beast and Baker Derby Talk podcast. We survived the gummy bear. We officially survived.
Well, there was no taste buds for about 48 hours, but we survived.
My lips burnt for so long after that. We're at episode 11. Today we've got Tallis on, the organiser of the Tullamore Derby. It's pretty exciting. It's coming up not this weekend, next weekend. We've got some big drivers and that going there. So this episode we'll talk about Tullamore Derby, do a preview of it, speak to Tallis about his Derby career, everything he's come up to this point. Have a look at some derbies from out west with the Trangie boys out there and Tallis's previous ones. And have an update of the association and everything that's going on there. And that's pretty much it. That should take us through to probably an hour and a half as always. So Nate, you want to talk to us about the gummy bear? How traumatic was that?
It was pretty red hot. I suppose it was, I don't know. I expected it to be different to what it was, but I can't handle hot food. But oh man, it was like 0 to 100 within that second bite. That second bite in, I was just like, oh, I'm in trouble here.
I got confident in the first 2 seconds. Then my mouth filled with saliva, and it was like molten lava. And I swallowed and I was like, I swallowed that saliva, and it was just instant regret. I'm like, oh no, I'm in trouble here. I felt like my tears were even on fire.
I can't believe how hot it is for how little it is like this. Oh, blew me away. Absolutely.
It shocked me how hot it was. I never want to do again.
No.
So the real question is, how are we going to top it in episode 20? Something for everyone to think about.
I'll go for a brain freeze next time. I reckon that's pretty cool.
A brain freeze?
What can we eat or something?
Yeah. How many pillows can I have a sleep on?
How many beers can I drink before I pass out?
Yeah, we're going to have a live drinking session where order's going to get smashed.
That sounds
great. It's going to be great. We're talking to Tallis today. I'm looking forward to that. He's put a lot of work into Tullamore Derby. He's actually built a fair few cars for it. He's bringing myself and Blake Taylor down, so that's going to be really cool. We got some big drivers there, which obviously we'll talk about when we're previewing it, but that's something to look forward to. Do you want to give us an update on the association, mate?
Yeah, just before we get there, probably a big thanks to everyone that has donated for that Gummy Bear Challenge as well. Big appreciation for that. With the ADDA, I guess there's some big things coming. We've had a few more venues reach out. Hell of a lot more members have come aboard and, selling T-shirts like hotcakes and everything like that. So to all the members, most of your merch should be rocking and rolling pretty soon. So look out for that in the next 2 or 3 weeks, I suppose. As well as with Tullamore coming up as well. Don't forget, we have that accommodation deal. So if you're a member, probably get in contact with Shane sooner rather than later, and may as well secure yourself a pretty good deal. So use your benefits of being a member. Get in there and use them straight away.
Definitely do it sooner rather than later, because probably after next weekend, it's probably going to be too late. So give us at least a week to book it in and do the right thing by our sponsors.
Yeah, that's right. I don't really have much else to say, really. Everything's rocking and rolling as it should be.
The Udis that we got the sample for today.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that. It's basically like a giant with a hoodie that you're going to be wearing with a big bloody ADDA symbol on the front and back, which I think is going to be great for when you're sitting at the derbies freezing your butt off. That'd be something great to get. So we've got the samples coming from that to make sure that they're half decent before we start advertising to sell them and stuff like that. I've got the merchandise officer Stacks chasing up some hoodies as well for our people, which would be good. And all those other little merchandise items and that will be coming online once we get our appropriate samples and can actually test them out and make sure that they're not terrible.
Yeah, that's right. No, we're rocking and rolling pretty good. Everything's coming together pretty well.
Yeah, no, it's coming together great. I was surprised we've actually got a decent input for South Australian drivers at the moment too, which is good. Have a few more of them come on. So we're going to be looking at trying to get some sort of border wars derby in the future with New South Wales taking on South Australia, which would be cool. So that's in the very early stages at the moment, but definitely something we want to give a crack.
Yeah, that's right. So everyone out there, start stockpiling some cars. There's going to be some interesting things coming in the future.
It's to the point now where we have to have decent cars for nearly all the derbies. There's like 3 giant derbies every year.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so the main one I want to see is obviously the America trip's going to be huge in that, and you've got Origin, and now we're finding out about City versus Country. But this leaderboard actually kicks off at Tullamore. This is our first Demolition Derby event we've had with members involved in it. So that's actually going to go live on the website, and then I think you and Chris are going to go up to Penrith and try and get some points there too, which is going to be cool. I'm definitely going to have to try and make it there myself and get some more points. Last thing I want to do is have you boys get in front.
It is pretty cool though. Like, I do love the idea of the leaderboard. Just something else interesting that, gives you a bit more encouragement, and and it's not obliged in the way that you have to win every derby to be top dog as well. So it's a very balanced thing. Like, if you go out there and absolutely make a mess of your car and everyone else's and get third, you're earning more points than the leader.
Yeah, 100%. The Mad Dog, I think is it 3 points for the Mad Dog, 5 for the win? It's not far off it.
No, that's right. So it's not going out there to incentivize everyone just to be winners all the time. Like, you get points in other ways, just showing up, and just being a Matt Moore, you get points for it. So if you go out there and be a psycho, which is what everyone wants to see, you're going to build points quick. Like, if you're consistently, because you can't win every derby, no one can win every derby. Yeah, right? That's right.
If you consistently go out there and be a psycho, you can definitely do that every derby until your body lets you down. But your Matt Moores, your Andy Jaggs, your Stephen Taylors, all of them have proved that you can be a psycho every frigging derby and earn those points. So I'm really keen to see who can separate themselves.
And that's right. And being a Mad Dog every derby, it's almost guaranteed.
It's 100%.
It's a lot easier than winning every derby. So
just a thing on young Matt Moore. Can you tell me what happened here, mate?
That's what happens when there's this. That's the part that I was explaining. When there's only 4 or 5 cars left, me and Matt look for each other, and I thought, what, I've got a half folded Magna. I'll go back to back with a 380, and that's what happens.
Yeah, I love how it just goes from a 4-door to a 2-door in one hit.
I couldn't even that was as quick as that thing would go. The front tire was hanging off it, and it was dragging. It was just. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to go out with a bang here.
No, you definitely went down swinging. Is that where you stayed, was it? Because I can see your tyre starting to smoke already.
Yeah, that was it. She was cooked. She didn't want to move after that.
No, she was pretty carcassy. Those 380s, probably bent the sheet metal. That's about it.
No, it done absolutely nothing. And that's, we all know how Matt Moore drives. And if you look at the back end of his car, with 3 cars left on the paddock, they're just insane. They're an insane car.
Who ended up winning that one?
Oh God, I can't remember now.
Did Matt win or did he cook it?
Can't remember, actually.
I didn't think it was that big of a hit, mate.
I'm pretty sure that was Chris's 30th weekend. We end up staying there after the Derby and getting on it. So yeah, I don't really remember much after that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, well, with that in mind, I think we bring Tallis on. He looks a bit bored sitting down there, so say hello. How you going, Tallis?
All right, how you going?
All right, buddy.
Good.
Welcome to the podcast, mate. It's not as scary as you thought.
Nah.
You getting pumped? You excited for Tullamore? It's only, less than 2 weeks away?
I'm getting nervous and I'm not even driving in it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. How many cars are you building for it?
I'm on the big fourth one now. I'm building. Started it yesterday.
I swear, every single time you message me, it's a new car on the trailer. I'm there going, where are you getting these things from?
I've been lucky, got a few given to me.
He's eyeing off Tarago down the pub, and I'm telling you, I'm going to get it off him. I don't care if I've got to drive all the way down there. I'm getting it.
Might end up with it one day, hopefully.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's Tullamore. They all know where to get rid of the cars anyway. They just ring you up and go, come grab your car. I still can't believe that you found a 380 before I did in Tullamore.
I've been searching for 380 for bloody years, and shame the one I picked up was pretty gutted. There's not much left of it.
Yeah, it gets that way sometimes. They're getting harder and harder to find. Well, at least you're not like Nath, where you got to pay bloody $1,000 or $1,500 to get one.
I only paid $300 for this one, but it's a start anyway.
Well, it is what it is. Once you put that third gen motor in, they're pretty bulletproof.
Yeah, I reckon they are.
So we'll start our hard hitting interview now, mate. Prepare yourself.
I bet you haven't heard these questions before.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same ones every time. So what inspired you to get into derbies?
I used to go to the park show when I was a kid and watch one of my mates, Shane Eady, used to do derbies 20 years ago, would have been now.
Has he been doing them that long?
Yeah, it's been a fair while now, I think.
Oh, wow.
I do believe he's about 50 something now, isn't he?
No, it'd be 45, I think.
Oh, 45.
He just looks older because, derbies.
Derby, yeah.
They age you. I'm actually 18. Oh, so when was your first derby?
It would have been probably 12 years ago, I think. First one.
Where was that? At Tullamore.
Yeah, we only had about 5 cars, I think, the first year. And then
it's definitely changed from there.
It's not too bad now. Last year we got 8. This year we got 20. So
yeah, it's going to be full on. It's only getting bigger and bigger. It's weird that that's become such a big derby though, like because that way you'd think the Dubbo or something like that would be the big derby, but Tallis is the major driver for that being a massive derby. There's always huge prize money there. It's a decent track, and everyone just goes feral out there.
This parks used to be the derby to go to. Used to get 20 cars every year, but I think they're flat out getting 5 now.
Then the kamikazes came and everyone left. We rocked up one year and absolutely poleaxed all the locals, and then there was bugger all cars after that.
And that was my second ever derby. I pulled up on an EB Falcon. I think I used it at Tullamore that first year when I started, and then I seen all these Magners turn up on trailers, and I thought, they're going to be soft as shit. They're Magners, and then I heard them flying past me. I went, holy crap!
It always used to be fun when people would see the black cars with the pink kamikaze on the side, and they'd know instantly going, this is going to be rough. Or you see Jag written on the side of a car or something like that, and you go, well, there goes the local. Because we used to just not tell anyone where we were going, just rock up, all stay at the local pub, rock up with like 5 or 6 Magners, and rip in. I think we did one year there where we literally took Narromine, Parks. Where else did we go? Eugera? I think we went to Eugera. I think that was all in the same year. I think I ended up running like a Camry because I ran out of Magners.
Speaking of cars, what's your favourite car to drive?
Probably the old Falcon wagons.
What model?
I've had a good run of the BAs before. I think they're pretty strong.
Have you done a BA?
I've done a BA at Cowra 3 years ago. I think I got a second in it.
Oh.
It was in limp mode. Because I took the stereo out of it when I was stripping, and I didn't realise it puts them in the limp mode, and it just wouldn't rev over 4,000 revs.
Yeah, I did the exact same thing. Thank Christ I only had it next to the car and put it straight back in. Who would have thought?
I think
The
it's funny
entire
that-
bloody
take them out, they go in the lit mode, but if you disconnect the battery, I think they're all right.
It's funny how such little things in like different cars make such a big difference. Like, just
it's a learning
things like
opportunity
that.
on each car.
Yeah,
Was that,
Yeah, that's right.
Your BA have the shock sensor in the passenger side?
Yeah, I think it did. I can't remember now.
Yeah. Well, I had to ring up. I think it was Matt Moore who ended up telling me about it. I had to because they've got this shock sensor in the side of them, and every time you hit it, the button pops up, and you have to push it back down. So you basically have to hot wire it so that it doesn't do that. Otherwise, you're going to do one hit and you're out.
Oh,
Was that
That's
your
why-
wife that just crawled past behind you?
yeah, she's sneaking in,
Oh,
That's,
so it's just someone go.
sitting there
That's
listening.
why-
Was.
That's why I always ask people, like, whenever there's a mistake or whatever something's gone wrong, it's good reason to ask them what happened and why or how they fixed it or whatever.
Yeah, give them a couple of
knowledge
days
to
so they're
have.
calm. No,
Yeah, that's
straight
right.
after the derby when they're like, piece of crap car.
What's your what's your most memorable moment in your derby career?
Probably winning Cower a few years ago.
Yeah,
Turned up
that
there
would
in a
be-
little bloody Toyota Avalon and it's up against the pedal van 380 XF Ute and a Magna wagon, and I thought I had no chance. I ended up winning it.
Little
Speaking of
4-cylinder?
that one,
No, 6-cylinder.
it's one of the ones I actually got to watch this derby.
This is a fun little derby.
Which one were you, mate?
I was in the white one, the little Avalon.
And who else we got out there with you?
You got Peter Holmes in the panel van, and Luke Herbert's in the orange Magna wagon. Matty Faulkner's in the black Ute, and then Edie's in the 380.
Geez, that's a different track, isn't it? There's not much there.
No.
Oh, it's up the other end too. I think I've watched this derby. It's a pretty long track, isn't it?
It's real bumpy, it is, but it's not too bad.
Oh, Luke's trying to get the good position at the start. Oh, Edie's going with the 380 at him. That's what happens when you have a decent name. Everyone knows you. They all went for Herbert off the start.
Oh, Edie Faulkner.
He's been dominant up that way forever, though. Oof. And I knew that bunting wasn't going to last long.
The Wild Child. God, that brings back some old memories, doesn't it? The old Wild Childs from Sydney.
Yeah, he's from Parks, I think, isn't he?
Yeah, Matty does a bit of scrap metal and stuff. He picked up a lot of my scrap cars when I finished with them.
I wonder if
Yeah,
he
he's
has any
been around
relation to
derbies.
the old Wild Child.
I know which ones you're talking about. I don't think this is the same one, but he's been out bloody Parks Way for as long as I can remember.
Yeah, it used to be him and then Jeff Blackstock. I don't know if you know him, do you?
Yeah, I know Jeff. Yep.
I think they both put Wild Child on their utes and their cars and that.
Yeah. That's the thing. There's drivers that have been around forever. You got bloody Luke Herbert there. He's been since they first invented the car. He was crashing it into another car. They invented the history of his first derbies. They invented the wheel and he rammed it into another wheel.
The old horse and carriage derbies.
Yeah, horse and carriage. He's been around forever. Look at there, that Magna wagon's just getting absolutely totaled. You know, back in the day, I'd be surprised to see. Oh, that would have done some damage. You'd have been shocked to see Luke in a Magna back in the day. It was always forwards. Oof. There's a decent little shot there. That Avalon looks like it was going pretty decent.
It wasn't too bad.
Is that a 4-cylinder, you said?
6.
6. It definitely gets up and goes. You're playing a little bit of teammates there, mate, going after the poor old Wild Child.
Yeah. And the boys just come back from Bow Desert and I thought, oh, I'm not going to hit that too hard at the start. They had all that metal bar work in it.
Oh, that's the panel van that that Peter took to Bow Desert, is it?
Yeah, Pete and Luke, they just come back from Bow Desert because it got rained out, I think.
Ah, okay.
They come back via
Is that-
cow.
That 380 just done a number on that van then. Have a look at the back end of it. It's good to see bloody old Edie finding the accelerator. I swear he lost it at bloody Tullamore last year.
I tell you what, it's good to see a Magna wagon get its ass handed to it, and the panel van Ute still driving around.
Yeah, I think he's made the mistake of hitting that 380. You can see then he was a little bit more hesitant to hit it because he's done it once and he went, oh.
I think the only thing that stopped that 380, he never moved his wiring harness, so he dropped the fight in the guard there, I think.
Oof.
Otherwise, he probably would have won.
My first experience with seeing how solid those 380s were was at Sidburst Country when Zach Kelly went back to back with Nick Icon, and Zach did one hit that derby, and they snapped the Magna wagon clean in half, and it didn't move after that.
Even their CVs though, like the CVs in them are hard as hell to snap too.
100%. There's a photo I got tagged in today. I probably should have actually put it onto this, but it was the American version of a 380. Did a derby in their compact version, like that they use it for small car derbies over there, and it was folded worse than I've seen any of our 380s. But I mean, their derby was probably an hour long, but it just bent so horrible against the full chassis cars.
I found the only really way to stop a 380 is to make them get hot, like really, really hot.
Make them work for it. That's a good shot there, on that bloody passenger wheel. Look at the back of bloody Peter's car. That van is bending horribly.
Yeah, and then you start causing problems pretty soon when the old springs start pushing right up.
Yeah, 100%. You'll be struggling to turn it around. I notice old Tallis is playing cat and mouse here, avoiding those big shots. Ooh, I think the kettle's boiling on the 380.
Oh.
And they've got that cam sensor in the front of them too. If you get hit too hard in the front, it will just fall out and stop. You'd have been doing well to bloody win this when you got the boys out there after you, 2-on-1.
They ganged up on me at the end. I thought they were going to get me, but it was lucky Eddie was there to give him a bit of a hammering, blow him down a bit. It's not often you see a panel van get like broken in the back like that in one derby. I don't even think it was rusty. I think this was a hard hit.
just the 380 just tore it in half.
Hello. Yeah, chassis against chassis.
Yeah. Oh, and you can see the 380's obviously hit high because it's tore through the whole side of it. It looks like it's probably dropped the spring or something on it too. That's why it's starting to bend. Like it's on an angle.
How did you go talk to him?
Ooh. Oh, Peter, he doesn't know how to hit slow, does he?
Oh no! What a terrible shot!
Oh,
he was asking for that all day.
He left that massively open.
Yeah, he had no way out of that.
Nah. That's probably just put the water pump through the engine.
Yeah. Who's in the panel van again?
Bad day now. Oh. Oh.
See ya.
I bet the show committee was pissed about that.
Yeah, I'm going off about that one.
There'll be no dog trials this week. He's broken our fence.
All the old blokes down the pub will be pissed. They can't bet on the horses this week.
Peter's just renovating the track for everyone. I don't think he needed to do that other hit. I think the motor was stuffed after the first one.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he was making sure.
Yeah, didn't want it to start again. Ooh. Geez, you're in a bad spot there, 2-on-1. Yeah, the Avalon's bent pretty decent though. Could you see still like properly?
I don't even think I welded it at all. I just a little chain, I think.
Or
Yeah, I
I'd
think
be
your
head on
vision's
and
pretty
shit
clear.
out of Peter right now if I were you. Oh, right in the wheel. Yeah, you definitely need to stop Peter from doing them big wind-ups. I think old Lukey's probably locked his one up pretty good, so he wouldn't be having much speed in him anymore.
Luke's car's in limp mode the whole derby, I think.
Oh, was it? He's done well to total as good as he did then. I just can't believe how badly bloody Peter's car's bent. Like, that's definitely from the 380 impact.
I'm pretty sure that motor in Pete's panel van has done over 30 derbies. Bulletproof.
Oh, so it'd be very loose then.
Yeah.
Everything expands when it gets hot, and his motor's ready for it.
Yeah, definitely not stressing about it. I wonder if that's what he's going to take to Origin. The man does know how to build his Falcons. I'm actually surprised neither of them have got the headers sticking out the bonnet. Isn't that a thing you guys do out west?
Yeah, the boys love doing it with their Camrys. They've tried it with the Magnus. I think Jesse does it with the Magnus.
Oh, I'll tell you now, any extra work, I just don't bother.
Yeah, I fully agree with that.
If it's something cosmetic, I don't care. I'm there to win. If it looks pretty, it doesn't matter. It's crazy how that van's bent, but the center of it hasn't really, like the middle hasn't bent down. So he's still very, very mobile. Ooh.
Oh,
I say that
look at
and
the
then it
roof.
just bends
Yeah,
down.
I was going to say, you say that, and the whole roof just drops on his head.
The old Avalon went alright for that hit.
Yeah, but that's your normal Camry though. Like once they bend to that point, they're pretty solid there.
Yeah, the newer ones, yeah. Not the SV21s that bend completely and that turn into a two-door.
The last SV21 I ran, I was kissing the boot latch by the end of it.
There's your nice little win.
It's a good feeling driving around in the light.
Just hitting that barrier, but he just tore
It
it
had
off.
it'd been quite well, that thing. You'd be near tempted to run it again at Little Car Derby, like small.
I mean, just made it back on the trailer and the motor was rat shit. She started clicking and
Yeah, that's a shame. Those cameras generally don't give up though. Like you normally just have those things and they just never stop.
the one you had last year was unlucky though. At Tullamore when she seized on you.
Oh, yeah, not even a scratch in the front. The friggin' engine blew up on it. I was just getting it to pack in nicely and then carcass. I think old Edie was happy when my car stopped though. I was into him. So what makes you continue to do derbies, mate?
I don't know if I can still do them anymore.
Still be involved.
I like just building them. It gives me something to do. I can't drive anymore, so it's still good to be involved.
Yeah. Plus, you just want us to stick it to the Trangy Wolfpack, don't you?
Someone's got to stop them. Otherwise, it'll be just them amongst each other.
Now they'll probably still win Tullamore, and I'll just be sad.
I think there's about 7 of them, so they've got a good chance of getting in the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, but do they have a Blake Taylor? Because we have a Blake Taylor.
Blake gave me a call up today, he did.
Yeah?
He couldn't thank me enough for building him the ute. He wanted to repay me somehow. He asked what I drink. I said, no, I don't drink. He just kept thanking me. And
what you need to do is we need to get him a heap of Red Bulls and slap him around a bit before it so he does something off the start. That's really cool. Just aim him at someone and see what happens.
I've only
So,
seen his derby on video, so it'd be good to see him in live.
yeah, he's mad. He's completely mad.
He doesn't take much encouragement to get him to line someone up off the start, though. You just tell him.
Oh, I built you this thing. I need you to take this person out.
That's pretty much it.
So, moving on to the questions. So, you've seen that Peter and Luke and Jesse are in Origin 2.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts on Origin 1?
Yeah, it was pretty good watching it. It would have been good if bloody got a few of them Tringy boys in the first one. Probably would have helped us a bit. But...
Yeah, definitely think they're going to make a bit of a difference in the second one. They can definitely build them.
Yeah, they know how to build their Falcons.
Yeah, 100%. I know Luke and that are chomping at the bit to get into them anyway. I just want to show a few people. So this is probably going to open up a soft wound for you, mate. But I'm going to bring up the Dubbo one that you love, and just show everyone what the boys actually drive like. So poor old Tallis was on the receiving end of an absolutely brutal hit in this derby. So hence why I wanted to bring it up. So which one were you in, mate?
A little green Camry over the end there. Light green one.
On the right-hand side?
Yeah.
Oh, you started out strong. I think old Peter had your number from the start, didn't he?
Every time I turned my head, I'd look, there'd be a yellow car coming at me.
I like Dubbo. It's such a massive track, and they just literally put some tyres out there.
They don't wet it down enough and just go mad.
Yeah, I got stuck on tyres the first time I ever went there. Only time I've been there. God, it was a pain.
I reckon it's the worst thing having them little tyres. That's why we go with these big mine tyres out here.
Yeah, I'll show people when we watch the next video of Tullamore what the actual track's like.
Oh.
It's incredible. Those bloody yellow cars. Is Luke Herbert in the other yellow car, or who's that?
No, that's Pete and his brother Cletus.
No. Oh, I think Luke was in the EL Falcon wagon or something, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. The black one.
And he didn't realise it had an alloy tail shaft, so as soon as it started to bend, it just spat the tail shaft out. Good note for anyone that's going to do an EL Falcon. Change the tail shaft, or you're just wasting your time.
I noticed that on that EB today when I jacked her up. Had that bloody alloy shit under it, so to change it.
Yeah, that's what I said to you. I was like, make sure you check, mate, because that's a decent whack. Geez, they're targeting you. Oh, crap. Who was in that blue wagon?
I can't remember now.
Geez, he wiped out the front of one of the boys.
I mean,
I
one
think it
of the
just made him
Clayton
more
boys, I
mad.
think. I'm sure that was one of the Clayton boys in that other wagon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're mad. And I think that's Jesse in a 380, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Jesse.
Yeah. I like how there's always some random person that's just driving head on into people at 1,000 miles an hour. It's just some random person that always does it. But there he goes, right at the front, head on. He's there for a good time, not a long time. And there's off.
He launched me.
There's Tallis's moment. Do we see it? On the right-hand side. Oh, he didn't miss you, eh?
As soon as you clip that front pillar bar, it just flips them straight over. It's just like such a good point to hit.
Now, do you want to tell the audience what happened when you flipped over, mate?
I tried to stick my hand out the window. I don't know why, to try and stop the car from flipping or something, and the bloody window pillar went straight over my hand and crushed it.
Yes, he tried to put his arm out to stop himself from rolling.
Better know what was going on.
That's why I believe in the driver's side mesh.
100%. I was just about to say that's why I always had the mesh there, because I'd be silly enough to put my arm out there and freaking break it.
It's just a reaction that you do.
100%.
All I thought was someone's going to hit me on the roof and crash my freaking head while I was upside down.
I've seen it happen. Well, they didn't get the head crushed, but their roof definitely got caved in. It's horrible to see.
Yeah.
That was one of the Alexander boys, wasn't it?
Yeah, Mark, I think.
That's why they made that,
that was,
rollout, wasn't it, at Parramatta?
Yeah, 100%. Scary to watch. Scary, you're like, oh, you don't know whether you just bloody killed someone.
Yeah.
It's crazy having the Clayton boys there and they didn't win it. I would have thought that them going up there, they would have stuck it to him.
There wasn't much left of his car. She was pretty twisted at the end.
Yeah, they hit it pretty hard.
Driving sideways.
There's in the centre there, you see Luke Herbert and his wagon. He's just spat the alloy tail shaft out.
Yeah, I was spewing that they called Dubbo off this year. Me and Chris were going to go up there.
Yeah, I saw that. When it gets wet over that way, like, how's the track looking down there now? Tell us all up there.
Yeah, it's dried out a fair bit since the weekend.
Yeah, he's been sending me daily weather reports.
I've looked again on the weather today, and it doesn't look good for next weekend. I'm a bit worried.
Yeah, it's only 1 to 5 mil. So
it's changed again to 20 mil, I think, but that's Friday now. But it changes.
We don't need that.
No, hey.
I hate wet derbies.
Yeah, so do I. There's nothing worse than wet derbies. That's why I'd love to have a purpose-built track. Have it indoors, or even just have a big awning or something over it.
Don't even need that. Like, if you had a purpose-built track, if you elevated it right, it wouldn't matter if it rained, it'd just run off.
Yeah, or there was a monster truck derby a while ago where it was actually done on the concrete slab, which was really cool to see. Massive hits.
Yeah, I was going to say, could you imagine a 380 on a concrete slab? Because they're only small cars too.
Yeah.
380 with a nice set of fresh tyres on it.
I tell you what, I went down Suncorp the other week there for the Origin 3. Go New South Wales. And I was the whole time on there going, imagine if they had a derby on this track with just 50,000 people watching it.
100 metres by what? 50 metres, I think they are?
Yeah, something like that. Imagine the run-up, the atmosphere of just those massive hits on that track.
It'd be absolutely deadly. I think you might actually see a 380 get wound out then.
You'd probably see it get splattered in 2 or 3 hits. Or whatever it hits.
What's the top speed of a 380 in reverse?
Don't know. We haven't found out yet.
Well, Andy used to have a claim that he could get his 3rd gen to 90 kilometres an hour in reverse. So
I've seen him do it at Parks once in his wagon. It was VRX or something. It was bloody moving.
Yeah, he used to trip those computers up on them things, and he's just a pick up and go.
I was going to say, there was always rumours about Andy's in his computers.
That's a man that needs to come back. You say he's coming to Tullamore, isn't he? Come to watch.
Yeah, he said he would come out and watch if he gets time off work or something.
That'd be good. You need to have a car on standby in case he changes his mind. Be like, well, there's one built here right now.
I was hoping to find another Magna quickly and throw him in it.
I'm actually keen to see Stacks in a Magna. I don't think he's done one before. I think he's mostly done like 4 cylinders and stuff like that, or like rear-wheel drive, like Commodore wagons and stuff. So he's looking for, if there's anyone interested, for drivers that are running in-car cameras, because he's going to stitch up like a short film thing.
He's absolutely wicked with a computer too, that bloke.
Oh, yeah. He'll come up with some decent footage for it, which is good. I think old Jesse's just absolutely carcassed that wagon then, did he? Oh, no, it's still going. Look, it's bent down as anything.
Yeah, the old snowplow.
Yeah. I hate how some Magna wagons do that. They just bend
Fourth
straight to
gen.
the ground.
Fourth gens are the absolute worst for it.
Because they pull the shocks. If you got shit shocks in your car, like I used to put a tech screw through them, just go so it would heighten the back and sit it up, and that would stop it from pulling down like that. But you also run the risk of friggin' them bending shit too. Like if you go on
Snapping
overcast,
clean off.
yeah. But when they drop down low like that, they're awesome head-on machines anyway. Because the back end's down like that, the front's sticking up, you just got chassis rails. I love how they just left your car on the side like that.
Yeah,
I hope
that's
they
what I
got
was
you out
about
of
to
it.
say.
I hope you're still out of it and they haven't just left you sitting in there. Help.
I was sitting over with the rescue squad on the old green whistle.
Oof, Jesse just railed someone then.
The show committee called an ambulance for me, and I said, no, I've got a mate that's going to drive me to the hospital. And the ambulance ended up showing up and took me to the hospital. And a couple of weeks later, I got an ambulance bill of $600 and something just for 7 Ks from the showground to the hospital.
Yep. Yep, they don't miss you. Oh, Jesse's car keeps bloody stopping, doesn't it?
Yeah, I wish it'd done that at City vs Country.
He was having a hard enough time trying to freaking steer.
The old Bluetooth steering rack.
Yeah. I think he's just won the Derby here. He loves those last minute wins.
He had a few wins last year, and it was the year before. He had about 3 or 4.
There you go, right, old Jess. I'm interested. Hopefully, you can save us in the Origin, because that's what happened in City vs Country. We started dropping left, right, and centre, and I thought, oh no, they're going to get us here. And old Jesse with no steering at all, driving around. It's odd to see a 380 outdo a third gen at the end. Like normally they just cook.
I think he's got a third gen motor in that 380.
Yeah, he would. He loves doing that.
He wants to buy my 380 so he can take it to the Origin.
He's got one for Origin. Yeah, he doesn't need another one. I'll take your 380. Actually, Nath needs a 380.
Well, I wonder how much work's involved in swapping the third gens out.
Not too much. Al done it in not too long. I think it's mostly that rear gearbox mount that's a pain in the butt, apparently. I don't know whether Jesse does a custom one or something, but he'd be the man to talk to. He does it on all the friggin' things. I think that's what Matt Moore wants to do too, put a third gen motor in it.
Can you imagine Matt Moore in a 380 that doesn't want to stop? He'd be the biggest pain in the ass.
Well, he did it right on this year's one, except for the fact that belt just happened to snap and disconnect his friggin' cam sensor. It's so random.
It's always the stupid stuff that happens when you're always that far away from home. And if he was doing a derby at Singleton Show, that would never happen.
No. And it was interesting to see how the Queenslanders adapted to him, though, because he took a few of them with him, but then they ended up working out how he was doing it and not letting him move. I noticed once he done the first big whack against old Reese, they barely gave him any room to get a run up.
I don't really think they were expecting him to go back to back with anyone either.
They obviously didn't know him then.
Yeah, that's right. They didn't do their research.
No. I think that in game 2 they'll be watching for that. He doesn't care if you're in a panel van or a friggin' train.
Yeah, we need to swap his numbers around.
What's he in?
No, we just need to swap his number from the first game because I'll be picking out his number.
I don't think he is the same number.
I feel sorry
sure.
for whoever was in his number.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was number 9.
Yeah, he's definitely not number 9 now. The numbers have been changed for the game plan. So that's a nice way to finish it. Hopefully he bloody moves. No. So he just finished it by just head on the crap out of him. Nice. Not a bad way to finish it. Ooh. So how long was that your last derby?
No, I've done 2 since that, I think.
Once your hand healed up?
Yeah, I was out of bloody work for about 6 weeks, I think. I had to get a big screw put in my finger and couldn't move my hand for ages.
Oof, ouch. So just to give everyone an idea, so Tullamore's not this weekend, next weekend, but this is the track of Tullamore. This was the last track. So you can see how he does the tyres. What are you doing this year? The same thing?
Yeah, same sort of tyres, but it's going to be a bit bigger than that.
Yeah, it's probably going to need to be. How many did we have last year? Like 8?
There's 8 cars, I think, turned up. 4 of them I built, I'm pretty sure, to make the numbers.
There's Al Bell. Missed the barrel. He ended up getting it.
Imagine going off the line that early and missing the barrel.
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing, eh? I'm over the side here on in the middle. I was just sitting next to Jesse with his 380. I was in that Camry, trying to be a bit strategic. And I watched Al take off like that, and I was cracking up laughing, so I forgot I was doing the derby because I was watching him miss it completely. So I was pissing myself laughing in the car.
That little black car there, I auctioned it off at the pub on Thursday night before the show and made $800, and I put money straight up, put it on the prize money, so give the prize money a bit more money.
Massive prize money at Tullamore.
Is that a VUU?
That's VZ.
VZU.
Oh.
That was my reaction when he brought it out and said, I'm going to derby this.
Surely he didn't last very long.
Done 3 derbies that year.
Did it? Went for a while.
The only thing that stopped it, I think the front wheels got pushed in, hit the struts. She just wouldn't move.
I was just buzzing around over the back there, getting smashed by the hatchback. It was a slippery derby there last year.
They put some water on there.
Yeah. They still managed to be dusty though in sections. It was crazy.
It's got a hard base under it, but
there's Cherie going.
There's
that Corona. The old Corona being that just skinned the whole top of the freaking thing. I swear this entire derby I couldn't get away from Edie. He never hit me once, but he just would not get far enough away for me to hit him. It was just following me the entire time.
Didn't like the size of the track there, Shane. Just wanted to make it a bit bigger.
That's not me, man. I was splattering the hatchback over there. I don't know who that was. I think that was Al. Yeah, there's me just having a look at Al going, what are you doing, mate? Just ripping into him. See at the back of that Camry bent though? It's like the bottom of a bent, but the bonnet, like the boot lid didn't. There's your brother, just drives completely out of the field.
See if he stays in there this year.
Well, he's in a bigger car this year. The old EB wagon.
He's a bit worried about the bigger car, he said. It's a bigger target. He wanted the little one, but it was too smoky, so he's going to go with the big car.
You don't want the little one. That's me trying to put a big shot on and missed everyone. That little bloody white thing, geez, it was hard to kill. There's always the little hatchback that just like gets splattered in the front and just never stops. It wouldn't leave me alone either. You can see it follow me the whole freaking time.
Little Mirage.
Yeah. Those little cars, if there was a bigger version of them, they'd be dominant. Old Al's biggest fan. Sheree, she's always on the sideline cheering him on. If you have a look in the background on the other side, you've got Blake Taylor videoing as well. Can you imagine what that bloke was like in a road trip all the way up here with no car to Derby when he got here? He was running down the sideline, videoing, screaming at everyone to get into it.
I bet you there was a carton of piss next to him on the way up there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he was having his morning breakfasts. And he was bloody jumping out into the sunflower farms and diving into the bloody farm area, all the plants, and just randomly had his shirt off for most of the trip for some reason. This is what you're making us do again, Tallis. He's going to be worse this time because he has a car. And a big old solid ute too, so he's going to rip in.
See if he can break her in half.
Oh, he will.
He'll give it a crack. He broke his last one in half at Bundarra.
He's got some big tractor tyres he's going to put on at his head, so we'll see how it goes.
He would too. Are you welding a diff in it?
No, I haven't yet. I don't know if it's welded or not. Both the wheels are locked. They spin on the tar, so she might be already locked.
You might have that LSD in it or something.
I don't know.
My engine's seized. I'm just sitting over the side there, just chilling. At least on these tyres, you don't really get stuck. Not like the bloody ones at Dubbo. That Commodore surprised me with your brother's one. Both of the Commodores surprised me. The bloody ute and the sedan went well.
Those utes wouldn't be too bad, but you got the air intake right at the front. That's what stopped the ute.
Yeah. I mean, he was going head on into the back of cars too. That wouldn't have helped. You should have seen old Blake. He was calling Edie all the names under the sun with how he was driving. He was on the sideline screaming out. I'm like, it's probably not the best thing to be doing. He's probably scared old Edie for the next one. Now he's called him all. He'll be out there with him.
The show.
He'll have to settle down on the track this year. Oof. There's old Al just cooking the crap out of his Camry. There's Commodores just bashing into each other. They forgot other cars are in this one.
Surprised me so much that an alloy tech had last that long copping a flogging.
Oh, that ute was very impressive, and it barely bent in the back too. It was pretty solid. I'd love to get one of those things and rip in. It had some power. The old 380 still pottering around on the outside. I think this was the same one that we watched at Dubbo. That one, or was that? No, that was the City vs Country 380. Look how wet that track ended up being. It was a relatively small track there last year, eh?
It was pretty small. We'll have to make it 3 times the size this year.
Yeah, good. We need those big run-ups. You can't have the drivers there. You can't have Matt Moore and put him in a cage. You got to let him his freak flag fly.
He's bringing a Magna, is he, or a 380?
Oh, mate, he'd be in a Festiva. I have no idea. I think Josh Foster's running the old Corona wagon, which I'm keen to see how it goes.
Yeah, I remember looking in the arse end of that thing when he was building it and just looking at how solid the arse end in him is and going,
Mate,
holy
they're
hell.
monsters.
Incredible how solid they are.
Speaking of that, if anyone wants to buy the raffle tickets for the Bow Desert raffle car, the Corona wagon, they're available on the website. We currently have people we've had people purchase them from New South Wales, Queensland, Victoria, and South Australia. So it's I have no idea who's going to be winning it because we're going to actually draw it live on the podcast as well. I was looking at a few different options for it. Did you see the ones that Stax was sending out?
That was cool as hell.
Some of them, like, you can nominate a car and you put the person's name on the car and then the car races, and whoever wins the race is the one that wins the raffle. Or you can have, like,
That is just the old standard wheel.
Yeah, the old Wheel of Fortune one with their name on it. So we'll do that live on the podcast. And
everyone that enters needs to remember, though, that you cannot take the car home. You have to derby it at Bow Desert.
Yes. Yes, it's just there to smash and come. In saying that, imagine if the ones from South Australia wanted to take it home.
Yeah, that's right.
At least it'd be something funny if they rocked up in the Corona wagon and a South Australian took home the Queensland title.
I just think it's going to be funny if anyone that's not from Queensland takes it out.
Oh, if I wasn't on the sideline, having to run the thing, I'd love to go up there and try and win it.
I can imagine a few of the Queenslanders aren't really going to want to let that happen.
No, I have a feeling they'll take pride in taking that state championship home.
Especially not when Origin's just around the corner as well.
Oh, could you? I think Matt Moore is bringing the car up for the Queensland title, so.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I think he's gonna try and take that Queensland title home. That'd be a great little incentive before Origin. He'll put a Queensland champion on the State of Origin car.
He'll bring the trophy to State of Origin too, just to rub it in.
Oh, how satisfying would that be? Oh, those cars are not doing well. They got wet track, and in moments like this, when it's a head-to-head battle at the end, I'd always pick the Camry to beat the Magna or the 380. They just don't seem to cook as much, especially a four-cylinder.
Oh, yeah. It takes a metre of bending before you even get near a motor in a four-cylinder. God, they got some room in the front of them.
Well, that's the same as that Corona. I don't know if you've seen under the bonnet of Josh's car, but there's like a sheer ton of room. Because there was a Corona sedan in this one, but unfortunately it went back-to-back with the 380, and the 380 just skinned the whole top of the sedan. What was that?
Like what you said too, taking that cooling fan off and then putting some thin thermos on it.
Yeah,
just
I'll put
adding
them on
another,
the front.
adding another 20, 30 mil of room, 200 mil of space there as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, there should be at least 30 centimeters from radiator to engine.
Yeah.
So, hence why I said if it comes down to it and the thing's still going well, if it's at the end, I'll be telling whoever's driving it to just put it straight in a drive and head on the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Old Edie. I wonder if he's coming back to defend his championship this year.
Still undecided, I think.
You're still undecided. Let's talk about who's actually coming into the event. So, do you want to give us your drivers list there, Tallis?
We've got Cody Schmal, he's coming from Victoria. We've got Luke Herbert from Trinity, Jesse Seaman from Trinity, Peter Holmes from Trinity, Alex Dennis from Narromine, Matt Moore, Josh Foster, Mark O'Neill, he's from Trinity, Jaden Davis, he's a young fella from Trinity. We've got Shane Ryan, Craig Stacks, Blake Taylor. We've got Mitch Rhodes. Is it Andrew Torgo, is it?
Yeah, the old talkster.
Cal Greenwood, Shane Eade, Ethan Hicks, and Travis Stephenson.
So you got your list there. You got the Calcutta going again this year?
Yeah, I'm trying to con the pub into doing it again, but I don't think they're too keen with the amount of numbers we got.
We've got some decent numbers. Who's your top 3 drivers to watch?
Probably you, Luke, and Jesse, maybe.
What about out of those drivers, Nath? Top 3
To watch Derby or to win?
to win.
Well, that changes everything.
We'll
Yeah, probably yourself. I was thinking to watch. If it was to watch, it was Matt Moore, Blake Taylor. And probably probably yourself. To win, probably yourself. Matt Moore, if his car stays alive. If he doesn't kill it. Yeah, I don't know. Probably Jesse.
Yeah, I'd say Luke Herbert for sure. Yeah, Jesse. If Edie hides and ducks and moves out of there, he might be able to fly under the radar. And because you'll have me and Luke will be going, toe to toe pretty much off the start. So it'll be a battle of the champions out of that one. But if Edie just hides, he might be able to win this. If he gets silly and tries to take on Blake Taylor, well, he's going to last about 3 seconds. So
He's got Henry Wagon to do what Edie does. He does a 380. He was going to take the Dubbo, but I don't think he's going to bring it to Tullamore, he said.
Well, the thing is, the big hitters that I'd be watching, so the top 3 I'd like to see, Nate's already said one of them is going to be Matt Moore, Blake Taylor, and Andrew Torgo. They're probably the 3 biggest hitters. Oh, Peter Holmes is there too, but they're probably the 3 I want to see.
Cal Greenwood, he goes pretty hard. He's a Trinity boy.
I don't think I've actually seen him derby before.
He drove Luke's panel van at Trinity last year. I think he got 3rd or 4th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Josh Foster. So Foz is pretty new to the sport. Like I think he's only done 3 or 4, but like he is not afraid to back off the accelerator as well. He's one of probably he would be my underdog if I had to pick one. Would be Foster.
Being a Corona wagon too, if it's got a decent motor, there's not much out there that'll bend it other than the 380. Like those things are an absolute tank.
Yeah. I'd probably call him like Batman and Robin would be him and Matt Moore. He probably doesn't drive to the skill of Matt, but he definitely is not afraid of holding it flat.
And being a fabricator himself, he would have built that thing pretty solid.
Yeah, he doesn't muck
It'd be
around.
interesting to see because those Corona wagons are no joke. Like everyone, rates the Magnas and stuff like that. Those Coronas are just so friggin' solid. Like you saw last year, Tallis, how much was I jealous of that other Corona? Because I just know what they're like. I used to drive them all the time. They're just when you go head on, they're near unmatched for head on shots and durability and stuff like that, if built right. But how do you reckon your brother's going to go in the big wagon?
As long as he doesn't try to go head on, he might be all right. he doesn't get in the road of all the big hitters, I think he might go all right. But
What makes you think? What's your thoughts as to why there's so many big drivers there going this year?
I'm not sure. It's surprise money they're all coming, or what it is.
Have any of them said, or just they just rocked out?
Most of them just rocked up.
Because what do you got? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 rep drivers in a derby. Like, that's huge for out west.
I did have 30 cars originally to come, but then I think there was 4 from Bega that were going to come, but then I've messaged them and I don't think they're interested. So
they fell off the planet.
So I said first to pay gets a spot, and then we've got 19 now. So
no, that's what happens when you let a Taylor come to a derby, mate. If you advertise that, people pull out. The worst thing you could do is fill that last spot with Stephen Taylor, and then everyone else would leave. So, looking at the drivers and that are there, are there any newbies, or is it just all?
The Jaden Davis, I think, has done 2 or 3 derbies. He's only a young kid, but he's only 18 or 17.
No. Good experience for him.
He doesn't go too bad. He went to Ugara last year in XFU. I think he went all right.
He's about to find out.
You're going to learn today. So based off that, what advice would you give for new and aspiring drivers in the sport?
I think we should get a lot more younger drivers into the sport, just to give a bit of encouragement and just get them used to it all. All us older fellas are getting a bit old now, and 10 years' time, we'd probably be all too old to be doing them.
Yeah, I think we age like in dogs' years. So 1 year as a derby driver is like 5 years for a normal person, because my body is absolutely rat shit. So, and I think that's a lot of the reason why myself and Nath have went in more to the promoter's role with the association and stuff like that, try and build for the future. What are your thoughts on the association?
I think it's a good idea. If it wasn't for you fellas, the sport would probably just fade away.
That's probably another big reason too why we did it, is that, like, especially myself, like when I look back at my dad's years, there was always 3 or 4 people coming up at a time, but sort of like lately I haven't really seen a whole heap of like that influx of new drivers, so there's not like that next generation that's coming through. So it's another good reason why we started.
I think I was only 18 or 19 when I first started derbies, and I was the youngest amongst all of them, probably 15 at a derby, and most of them are all over 40.
Yeah.
Now half of them are retired now.
Yeah, that's right.
And there's no younger ones really coming up.
Yeah, it happens. If there's nothing like when I first started, and even when Nath first started derby, and there was never different levels to the sport. There was never any upward mobility. So you started your derby, did your local derby, and that was pretty much it. Your goal was to win your local derby. There's so many people out there now that's goal is I want to go to Origin, or I want to do City vs Country, or they're even I want to go to America or Canada to do representative derbies over there. So that upward mobility is something that's I'm quite proud of. I know Nate's proud of it as well. That's what we've brought into the sport with the association and stuff like that. With that in mind, is there any events you'd like to see the association try and get behind?
I'm not really sure.
The South Australian one, I imagine, would be interesting for you.
Yeah, that'd probably be all right.
Bring those boys, bring old Jeff Flack and that over.
Try to get a derby out Central West somewhere, City versus Country or something. Try something a little bit different.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Be sort of like a City versus Country, but
Tullamore's in an area where it's not impossible to get South Australians over there, because I think it's like 9 hours from them, or 8 hours from the border. So it's not impossible for that to happen.
Probably Dubbo would probably be a better spot because there's more accommodation and stuff for people to stay.
Well, that's where I'm staying, at the Discovery Holiday Park for anyone that else wants to stay there. But yeah, so basically the new events and stuff like that, and all that other stuff's going to bring more interest and try and make it bigger and bigger, and basically try and make those groundwork for the new drivers and stuff like that. So hopefully, having this stuff in place, we can get each derby and have more and more newbies and that coming, so it can last a bit longer. Obviously, these electric cars are going to be a pain in the butt to wire up in the future. You'll hit a car and the battery will explode.
I don't know. I reckon these little Barbie Jeeps are going to go all right. They're electric.
Oh yeah, in the Power Wheels. You watch, it won't be long until we'll be all in the Power Wheels cars, and that'll be us setting it up.
That's what I was going to say. A retired man's derby.
Yeah. I might
do more small car derbies around and probably encourage more people to get in and have a go, because a lot of people are probably afraid of them big cars at the moment, like the big 380s and that coming at you.
That's
very
true.
Deceiving though.
They hurt.
Yeah, it's very deceiving because I reckon in the little cars, some of them are just as quick. Like if you get in an XL, them things move, and I reckon you feel it twice as much in a little car.
Because you're getting thrown around more. Because you're not heavy and laying to the ground. You're just going flying across the car. Some of my worst injuries have been in little cars. I've either broke my hands or stuff like that. Like, I think I broke my hands in a KE laser. I broke both my hands hitting the wall. It was definitely not the most safe thing. Those little things when you get too excited and they're just not stopping. Whilst I'm here, I'm gonna just pump it out an ad. It's just the Bow Desert ad. I'm just going to pump that out pretty much most of these episodes and that to get everyone keen, if it actually comes up. Also add the ad effects for the association.
The Australian Demolition Derby Association presents the Queensland title at Bow Desert Show on the 7th of September 2024 with a massive $5,000 prize money. This is going to be an event not to be missed. Registration is open now.
So yeah, registration for that event's open now. $5,000 prize money. You can register on the Australian Demolition Derby website. If you get stuck and can't work it out, just message me or Nath and we'll get it sorted for you. We're looking at the giant checks today, which would be cool if we can get that. That was a new thing that was suggested to me to go along with the nearly meter tall trophy, is to try and get one of the giant novelty checks and have it done up all in association stuff. I thought that'd be sick. Try and make it a little bit more special. Apparently, Jeff Flack in South Australia, they do that sometimes there too. So that's a new element of the sport that I've never thought to do before.
Yeah, something that's memorabilia to keep forever.
Yeah.
Obviously, the trophy will probably go to the new winner next year, but you can keep the check.
Yeah, 100%. It's something to keep and then try and defend every year. Like, if you're the Queensland champion this year, I can tell you now, next year when someone's trying to take it off you, you're going to want to fight tooth and nail to keep it. There's no part of that that's going to be wanting to just see you later. What else we got on here, Nath?
I think that I suppose we can. Are you getting keen for America?
Yes, I am.
Getting closer and closer.
It is definitely getting closer. I'm looking forward to when Devon starts bringing in some videos of the builds and stuff like that. Get us all keen. You can watch the event live on derbynation.tv. I'll put a link on the page when it gets closer and that. If you do want to watch the road trip with me and Critty, we intend on doing a lot of updates and live videos on the TikTok page. So you can communicate with us while we're over there. I'll probably doing at least 2 podcasts with Nath whilst I'm over there. So who knows what that'll be about. We might even do it at the actual Bristol Speedway. So who knows? I'll try and work it out.
That'd be nice.
Depending on what the signal's like. I have no idea what it's like over there. So all those things are going to be exciting for everyone involved. And then the big part's going to be who's going next year. like who's going in 2025? Because me and Critty have done our part. We'll get to see the journey and that, but then we're passing the torch. Someone else has got to go over and defend Australia's good name in derbies. So
And that's why that leaderboard's so important.
Yeah, 100%. And we literally have no control over who is going to win that. So you could be there could be your first year in derbies, and you could just power through every event and end up winning the leaderboard, and then you're going overseas. So
yeah, that's right. Like it's all up to you. Whoever wants it has to earn it.
Yeah, 100%. And it all starts at Tullamore. So Tullamore's the first one where you're going to get points. Like everyone's going to be fighting over it. Like Jeff said in episode 9, over in South Australia, they work out who has the most amount of points, and they'll try and stop that person because they want to win the entire thing. So if you're the leader, well, you're putting a big target on your back as well.
Yeah, that's right. Big thanks to KGH too for the international tour. They big sponsor for that, so big thanks to them
so
as well.
KGH is their major sponsor. They've actually put $5,000 into that derby, so that's massive money. It's probably the biggest input I've seen from a sponsor in demolition derbies in Australia, and that's the only way that we could have done this international tour. So that's something that we want to have every year. So support our sponsors over there. You got the easy side. I swear to God, I'm stuck on the crapper side. Everything's gone. So yeah, it's over there. Just next to Nate. KGH, support our sponsors, like their page. If you're going to use them for anything, that's fantastic. We need sponsors like that in the sport for us to continue and get bigger and bigger. But with that, young Tallis, we're going to rip the Band-Aid off, mate. You survived. What's your thoughts? Did you love it? It wasn't as bad as you thought?
No, it wasn't too bad.
So if you want to become a member of the association, go onto the website, join up today. If you haven't joined up yet, ask yourself why not. If this is a sport you want, this is the way to build it up. Nath, you want to do your outro, mate?
Yeah, probably back onto that too with the memberships too. Like the benefits of being a member much outweigh the cost of it. Like it's and the further we get along, the more benefits you're going to get. So yeah, don't be afraid to jump in, be a member. But yeah, speaking on that, don't forget it's not weak to speak. If you're struggling with mental health or anything like that, reach out. Anyone on our page will talk to you. Myself, Shane, anyone on the ADDA, or anyone in general, just speak to your mate. Nothing to be embarrassed about or ashamed about. Everyone's gone through it. Just speak out. Speaking on that too, the podcast, we're chasing sponsors for the podcast. So if you're interested in being a sponsor, contact myself, Shane, or the association, either one, and we'll show you the package deals we got for it. As you know, we're reaching thousands of people every week, so there's plenty of limelight in, all across New South Wales, Queensland, South Australia, Victoria, everywhere. So yeah, reach out. That's about it.
Up on that. There's this thing here. 45,000 people on our TikTok have watched the last video we put up. So
yeah, so
that's how much we get exposure.
It's massive. That's another thing too. Go and check out our TikTok, Facebook page. Give us a like, follow, share it, and yeah, go and have a look at our website too. There's going to be more and more merch and heaps of cool stuff on there soon. So just keep updating that and have a look. That's all I got. Good luck to the boys at Tullamore.
Yep, I'm sure we'll have another one. We're hoping to get some footage of the grounds and that before it. I've already spoke to Tallis, so the next podcast we'll be able to have a track review, show everyone what they're going down at, and see whether it's pissing down raining on us or not. We'll get a video of Tallis standing in the rain if it's pissing down raining, just telling us it's wet.
I went down the other day and done a few videos. I've done about 10, tried to send to you, and I had the baby with me, and all you can hear is him screaming in the background. So I'll wait till I don't have the baby and I'll do one.
That's all right. That's why you'll hear at the Derby when Blake's flying across the track, he'll be screaming. But yeah, so anyone that's wanting to get involved, get in contact with us, sign up, like, share, and subscribe to all of our things. I think we're on YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, Facebook. I think that's it. But yeah, glad to have you, Tallis. Thanks for coming on board, mate. And I look forward to seeing you not this weekend, but next weekend. And let's rip in and put a big show on for everyone.
All right, thanks. And there's still one spot available if anyone's interested in coming out. So you want that?
Who wants that last golden ticket?
Yeah, what was that last spot? Did you want to mention your sponsors for the Tullamore Derby, mate?
Yeah, we got 6 sponsors this year. It's helped us out a fair bit. We've got C&M Civil. We've got Outback Bus Track, Parks Brick and Pavers. Who's the other 3? C&S Williams Mechanical, I think it was. Can't think of the other 2 or 3.
But we value your money.
We've got $5,000 prize money all up, so should be pretty good, I think.
That's some decent money. If you can always comment on this with the sponsors and stuff like that, and put their pictures on there and that, get a bit more exposure. Like I said, we regularly get 2,000 views on this podcast, 45,000 on the TikTok, so that's massive audience. So we'll get those sponsors a little bit more exposure, which would be good. And thank Christ, no hot gummy bears this week, which is great.
You can get those burritos and give them a go.
Oh, don't say that. Someone's going to suggest that. If you do have any ideas for number 20.
I was looking up them chips, and the gummy bears